You know what's funny? Sometimes the most powerful lessons, the best blueprints for success, they come from the simplest stories. Today, we're going to dive into one of those, a tale about four friends and a hidden island. And trust me, it's not just about the adventure, it's a total masterclass in how to work together and discover amazing things.
So, what can a simple kid's story really teach us about building better teams in our own lives? Well, as it turns out, a whole lot. We're going to treat this story like a case study, a perfect little model of what makes any group, well, truly click.
Okay, let's set the scene. Our story kicks off in a quiet little coastal town. And we've got our four friends, Hani, Faris, Malik, and Sami. Their everyday world is about to get completely turned upside down, all because of one single discovery.
So, let's meet the crew, right? You've got Hani, the brave one. Then there's Ferris, who's super respectful. Malik is the creative artist of the group. And finally, you have Sami, the quiet observer who's always taking things in. It's kind of a classic mix of personalities, and as we're about to see, every single one of them is absolutely crucial to their success.
And here it is. This is the thing that starts it all. An old map promising an adventure to a hidden island. This is that call to adventure, you know? It's the spark that's going to test whether this group of friends can really become a true team. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Let's look at how they prepared, because honestly, this might be the most important part of the whole story. Before they even thought about packing a compass, they did something brilliant. They made rules for how they'd work together. They literally created a blueprint for their teamwork. And this was their code. It's so simple, but man, is it powerful. First, respect nature. Good start. Second, commit to working together as one unit. But it's this third one, listen to everyone's ideas, that's the real game changer. This isn't just for a storybook. This is a code you'd find in a high-performing company or a championship sports team. And this was a massive decision. They all agreed no one person is the boss. This wasn't going to be some top-down operation where one person calls all the shots. They consciously chose to be a flat, collaborative team where every single voice had equal weight. And right away, you see the magic happen. Because they created this safe space, Sami, remember, the shy observer, he felt empowered. He felt like he could finally speak up. So that rule wasn't just some nice idea, it totally changed the group's dynamic and unlocked the potential of its quietest member. So they had this great code, they had these rules, but did it actually work? Let's take a look at how this blueprint translated directly into real rewards once they got to the island. This is where the plan becomes reality. Because everyone had the freedom to use their unique skills, Malik, the artist, wasn't just tagging along. He was a vital part of the mission. His creativity basically became the team's cartography department. He was sketching the scenery, making maps of the island as they went. So cool. And here's the big payoff for Sami. Because his voice was valued, his quiet nature paid off in a huge way. He was the one who spotted a hidden cave, something the others might have just walked right past. It's a perfect example of why listening to everyone isn't just a nice thing to do, it's actually more effective. And because every single team member was firing on all cylinders, just look at what they found. The island's treasures weren't gold coins. They were a wealth of incredible natural wonders. Every one of these discoveries, from strange plants and colorful birds to that hidden waterfall, it was all a direct result of them working together. The adventure itself was amazing, for sure. But what's really important, what's lasting, is the wisdom they brought back home with them. See, they didn't just have a great trip. They came back with a totally new understanding of friendship and teamwork. Hani, the brave one, he boiled their whole experience down to this simple but really profound truth. Real friendship, and you could say real teamwork too, isn't just about having fun. It's about actively caring for each other and providing mutual support. And Malik's takeaway is just as important. He reminds all of us that, yeah, goals are great, being efficient is great, but letting creativity and art into the process, that makes the whole adventure more fun, more engaging. It really is about the journey, not just the destination. But the story doesn't end when they get home. They didn't just keep this amazing experience to themselves. They shared their story, turning their personal win into a lesson for the whole community. They became known as the Island Explorers, and they inspired other kids to try their collaborative, respectful way of doing things. So if you boil it all down, their final message really comes down to these three things. Appreciate the freedom everyone has to contribute, show respect for every single person and every idea, and let creativity help lead the way. That's the heart of the Explorer's Code right there. And that really brings it all back to us, doesn't it? The story of the Hidden Island is a blueprint. It shows us that by setting the right ground rules, no bosses, total respect, a voice for everyone, any group can unlock its hidden potential. So the question is, what hidden island of discovery is just waiting for your team to find?